Another video marathon begins. Can you dig it? Today is my 48th birthday, 48 and feeling great. And it is time, baby, for the 48th annual birthday bash sale, full tuition to my entire online school for only 97 bucks. So that is what we got going here today. It's also my 10th year anniversary working with Ricky Breslin. What up, Ricky? Thank you so much, dude. You and your wife and your children are have been and are a huge blessing in my life. So Ricky called me the other day and he's like, do you want to do a birthday bash? It's been a couple of years since we've done one just because of everything that was going on. And I was like, let's do it. So I'm going to be inundating you with videos, emails, Instagram posts, and Facebook. Now here's the good thing. I know a lot of people are going to say, and I think it's great, and I love you very much for doing so, but you're going to be, you only show up when you want money. And that's not true. I only show up when I have a reason. Because what's been going on lately for me is like, I just don't even care about my own thoughts. You know, like I'm totally stoked. In fact, like 22 years later, I'm really finally understanding the power, the benefits, and the blessings of the raw living foods. So I am going to be promoting the heck out of this 48th birthday bash, lifetime of work, 10-year anniversary sale going on right now where you get everything on my entire website, lifetime access to I don't even want to put a money figure on it because it's actually, the information and the knowledge is priceless. It really is. The energy, you just don't have to get decrepit and tired and depressed and stressed. You can learn a new and better way to live. I know that I see the resistance everywhere I go because of the habits. But there's something inside of you calling you to better, calling you to more, calling you higher. And it's more really of an expansion. But in order to expand, it's like a hot air balloon. You've got to let go of the ballast. So you've got to release, especially in the case of like health. If you want to be buoyant and be healthy, you've just got to let go of all the old habits that are keeping you unhealthy. That's all it is. Health is already in you. It's already there. It's operating. I call it the divine intelligence. It's already fully functioning within you right now. It's just covered over by massive amounts of different types of debris. And that debris is causing a lack of harmony within the system. And so I'm just here to try to help you to try to get some harmony and balance and homeostasis into your system, and then the energy flows through. Now there's some laws of nature, laws of life, laws of consciousness. I mean, you'll never figure it all out in one lifetime. But the more you can learn and the more you can implement, the better off you're going to be. So what I'm offering right now with this 48th birthday bash 10-year anniversary sale is a full tuition to my online school for only $97. And that's a lot of good stuff. There's a trailer that I just made, which is also really cool content. If you want to go see more DTM content, go check that out. I told a little bit about the raw food story, what it's been doing for me still yet, all these years later. People give up too quick, too easy. They actually start to feel their feelings and then they quit. And that's not it. Actually, pain is the most beautiful thing because you turn, you face the pain, you go into it, and then you dissolve it because you were willing to face it. You have to feel it to heal it. Most of us run away from that. The divine sage will teach you to actually turn towards the pain and go right into it and just dissolve it with the presence of awareness that it's only a subjective point of view and a resistance to what is that's causing pain. So let's get that flow through you. I've spent the last 13 years, as a matter of fact. In fact, it's going to be 13 years in about 11 days. It was April 21 of 2009 that I started my first YouTube video. So 13 years on YouTube, 10 years in business with Ricky Breslin, and 48 years young, 48 and feeling great on the planet. And I want to just share as much as I can with everybody. I'm going to make a lemon ginger blast today, and then I wanted to let all the hardcore fans know that DTM is about to do a marathon. And I call it the used car salesman of the internet, because I don't have all the fancy marketing and funnels and all that stuff. I was never interested in that. I've had everyone blasting down my ears. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to be this, you got to be that. Here's what you got to do. And I'm actually really, really happy with my life and the way I've approached it, because I've continued to learn and grow and evolve in reality, in my real life, inside my skin, instead of actually just trying to figure out how to polish up a turd. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the best example, but I've really been working on cleaning up my own insides. And that's been my focus for all these years. And I'm really glad, because all the money in the world won't do it. Fame won't do it. All the sexual partners in the world won't do it. Nothing will do it. It won't work. You won't ever really find the pearl. So I'm going to continue to share the pearl that has no price, or what I call the treasure versus the trinkets. Industrialized, commercialized, society is always focusing on the trinkets. But those are just dust in the wind, and they have no eternal significance, and you miss out. And then it's one sandy, sinking step after another, and you never stand upon the rock of peace, the rock of joy, the rock of bliss, the rock of ease. I do consults every day. Everyone's stressed out. Why? If you can learn how to work with this thing, which is really the key. So we work on the gut with the live foods. And that's what I've been teaching for 13 years on the internet. 10 years I've been producing products with Ricky Breslin. 10 years ago, we created Lose a Pound a Day, which obviously that's involved. There's a bunch of other stuff. And before this week is over, you're going to hear me read off everything that you get. So if you have the time and the impetus to join me on this video marathon, I really appreciate that. The Google AdSense is beautiful. Hey, let's take Google's money. Can you dig it? Still on probation, so I got to be a very good boy, and I'm going to do that. 100%. No sarcasm, no talking about anything community guidelines. Can you dig it? And be on point, legit, all good. I'm not even going to go into that stuff, actually. We're going to make a lemon ginger blast. I'm going to make a video marathon. I'm going to blast the internet, and I'm going to get this 48th birthday bash full tuition into as many people's hands as possible. And then I'm going to encourage you to not only purchase it, but also, absorb the knowledge, absorb the information about living foods. That's what most of my information on the internet is about, is living foods. That's just what happened. That's how it happened. That became my job. That became my purpose and my mission. Now I'm blossoming into the sort of how to create peace and how to transform your mind and how to live in the heart. And so that's kind of like the spiritual stuff. I just love the truth, And I love the relative truths, because I'm not a fan of fraud and deception. I love the relative truths, which are very beneficial in life. One relative truth, which is kind of an absolute truth if you think about it. It's an absolute truth that all living organisms on planet Earth are 100% raw foodists. No animal, no plant, no microbe, no tree, no insect, no bug, nobody applies heat to their food before they eat it. Only the human beings do that. Which, if you look at history, there may be some benefits to that. We took some non-edible stuff, applied heat, and made it possible to eat it. That doesn't mean it's the most beneficial. You know what I'm saying? So it maybe has a survival, but surviving is different than absolute thriving. And look at the animals, how well they do, of course, until they get domesticated. Look at how the human beings would do until they got domesticated. Imagine all the knowledge we have now, and then aligning yourself with the laws of nature and the cosmic law of life. Now you're going to get somewhere. So these modern humans have an excellent opportunity to get this knowledge, apply it, and become radiantly regenerated human beings living in the Garden of Eden of the mind. There is heaven on earth. It's a state of being. We are creating that now. Many of us do it. Not many. A few, a small handful. And it's a very beautiful thing, and we try to teach. Sometimes we're a little out of reach. We seem a little strange, a little off the hinges, but that's only because of the vibrational frequency that we operate at hasn't been visited by as many human souls as some of the other lower frequencies, which are much more common. Because it's easy to stay stagnant. It's easy to be lazy, but it can be hard to put out the effort to have more of an inner inquiry and a cleansing and healing of the inner energy, cleansing and clearing the mind, learning how to focus it, learning how to control the mind to create what you'd like to create. And then eventually you get crystal clear focused, you go beyond and prior to the mind, then you find the lightless light, and then you're just chilling. And I call that divine laziness. And then you don't have to worry or stress or fret anymore because you understand finally what you are, that you already are the pearl and you already possess the greatest treasure that there is available to a human being. And that is yourself. So I'm going to make a lemon ginger blast. Thank you all very much. There's my website's regenerateyourlife.org, and I'm going to be blasting you all for the next week for a video marathon so that I can do this birthday bash sale. So thanks everyone for your participation and your support, whether that's just a thumbs up or a comment, or you go over to the website right now and pick that up if you don't have it already. Then you go over there and you check out the online school, and there's some really good features on the website. It is far more organized and structured, all the content, and it keeps your place and it keeps track, and it's a pretty good system over there. It's way more organized than my YouTube situation, which is just me. I have no team over there. I just do everything on the YouTube myself. So over there we got customer service and organization and copywriters and filmers and editors and all the good stuff. So a lot more bells and whistles, a little bit more easier to follow than my random get up here with a recipe and talk for an hour and then finally get around to doing the recipe on those educational classes that are on the online school. I go right into the content, right into the teaching, and you just follow right along, write down the recipes. Of course, you get the 30-Day Living Foods Transformational Program and all that other good stuff, which is the recipe book with the 300 recipes. You take that and you go down over to the print shop and you print that book out and you put it on your counter. Then you've got some of the simplest, most delicious raw living food recipes available. Raw living foods brings you back to life. The living foods is harmonized. And when you heat it, you disorganize it. And so there's so much disorganization in the modern foodstuffs that there's no doubt that the human beings are confused and they're having a hard time understanding and connecting with their divine self. So what I'm trying to do is get people to detoxify their bodies, detoxify their brains, detoxify their hearts so that they can be a superconductor of divine energy. Peace be with you. So we got the lemon ginger blast, baby. That was cool. 15-minute rant. Can you dig it? I just had an awesome 3.5-hour live Zoom class with my elite video club on Patreon. If you haven't ever checked that out, you should definitely do that too, because that is where I get to speak freely. We had so much fun today. It was my birthday. I do live Zoom classes where I teach on the Patreon. I do live Zoom hangouts, which is what today was, where it's more chill and I just get to laugh and talk and banter back and forth with everybody. And then I do Wednesday satsang, meditation, yoga, and prayer also. So a lot of really cool stuff where I get to actually be myself. On the YouTube here, I just kind of stay in my little raw food lane. So I'm glad to be here to serve you today. Let's make a lemon ginger blast 11.0. You've seen the 10.0. You're going to have to wait to the end to see the secret ingredient that dissolves calcium throughout the body. Can you dig it? The lemon ginger blast keeps evolving for the DTM. What I've got today is apple, lemon, cucumber, celery, parsley, mint, arugula, fennel, cilantro, ginger, turmeric, and a habanero pepper. And then I've got 4 super special herbal ingredients that I add at the end that I'm using for various purposes, and I will explain those to you. Shall we get started? Thank you very much. This is the Green Star, baby. I love the Green Star, but I love all juicers, but the problem is I burned out so many juicers. I've never burned out a Green Star. I just always have to give them to the ex-girlfriends because I don't like to split hairs. I'm like, you keep the juicer, honey. I'm going to bounce. I'll get a new one. It gives me an excuse to buy a new one. I like new juicers. Juicing. I'm trying to tell everybody, man, that I've been trying to say this for years. I don't know if I'm a broken record or not, or if anyone's hearing me or not, but the good old Lord just says, Dan, keep on doing your thing. I don't know if God has an accent or what, but, you know, is that what God sounds like? It sounds kind of like he's a little bit mentally deranged. Well, yeah, he wants to burn everyone up. No more God jokes, Dan. I don't think that's against the community, God. People get all offended. Believe me, God is laughing. It's a sense of humor, dude. Once you really are a spiritual person, you kind of laugh at everything because you get the cosmic joke of it, you know? It's pretty much a cosmic joke. How delusional human beings are. So we're clearing away the illusion. Can you dig it? I got my little microphone up here. My little clip broke off. Otherwise, I used to clip it on my shirt. And it works a lot better, so hopefully the sound is decent, baby. That was the cucumber. I'll try to remember to share the ingredients. It is a beautiful day here. I went out this morning. I went to the gym, and that was epic. I finally joined the gym after 2 years because I was in Kauai, and then they had that thing, and I just wasn't gonna. You can't work out with that thing over your mouth, so that's the red zone. That's the no topic. So, anyways, I just joined a gym after 2 years of not being in a gym, and it is fantastic. Fantastic. I joined Planet Fitness, you know. There just isn't much else, but all the other ones wanted, all these year-long contracts. I'm not going to be here for a year, so I'll be blasting off pretty soon to the tropics. I got a couple of job offers. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take, but either way, I'm going to end up in the tropics, which is good. This is cool here. A little dry for my taste, but that's why I encourage everyone to get hydrated and stay motivated, which, by the way, is the next class on the Elite Video Club on Patreon. It's called get hydrated, and stay motivated. I'm going to share all of my tonics because basically I just got to the point where I'm basically living off juice, you know. And I've been actually eating again a little bit more because my therapist, who's doing this special Rolfing type cranial, sacral, and body work, says that I need the fat and the protein. And so I've been eating more fat and protein so that I can go through this work that we're doing a little more seamlessly. Otherwise, I just live off the juice because that's when I feel the best, you know? And then after a while, it gets hard to eat. You feel kind of bogged down, like, why did I do that? Oh, even if it's the best, you know? But the mono meals, like, one thing I do enjoy, though, is I've been getting these incredible organic oranges. And those are nice to take those out when I'm out in the desert, you know, hiking or laying in the sun or whatever. It's nice to have those oranges. They pack really well. And bananas are really good, too. All the fresh living foods has the highest levels of electricity. So, but it's good to learn all the recipes too. That's what you get. This is turmeric and ginger, by the way. So I've got everything all the way from super gourmet all the way over to the most simple, you know? And I recommend getting a living foods education and then having all those tools at your disposal. Then slowly over time, you'll evolve, because once you go back to cooked foods, you go back to cooked foods and you stay there. And then it's bacon and coffee and cheese and eggs and bread and rice and vegan, processed, breaded, whatever things that they do, all the processed foods with all the chemicals that are really fractionated, and then everyone gets kind of confused and they lose the clarity of life. Then they don't realize that the treasure is within them. Then they get all that kind of that consciousness of the disorganization. Then there's a searching outside of oneself for what can only be found within. So here is, that was ginger and turmeric. So we got cucumber, celery, ginger, turmeric. Now some fennel. And see, all of these uncooked herbs and plants and fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds, they all have all these essential oils in them. But when you cook them, you lose the essential oils. And these essential oils become your pheromone activators. So when you're on raw foods, you're far more attractive to the opposite sex via not the visual, of course the visual too, because your skin, you can see the luminescent glow, but also the vibrations of the pheromones and the activation of the DNA, plus the microbes are kicking off life. So you're just more happy and energized, and you can really get it down to where you get up early in the morning with a lot of energy, and you don't need coffee, and you don't need stimulants. Now, I like to have a nice juice in the morning, sometimes, not all the time. I usually start the day with water, then you work your way up to some kind of juice after yoga, and then you just get hydrated throughout the day. The more hydrated, the better. Everybody's dehydrated. You're born 80% water, you die 55% water. So if you've got stiffness, pain, lethargy, or tiredness, you're dehydrated. So get hydrated and get motivated, and then join me on the Patreon for that class that's coming up in a couple weeks. I just did one today, and I'll do that in a couple weeks right here in my kitchen. I'll just bring out all my best herbs and tonics and superfoods and stuff. I know I've made the lemon ginger blast 9,000 times, but it still is a classic. You know what I mean? Like, this is truly a classic recipe here. And I do drink other things, but not, I mean, I had orange juice for breakfast after my workout, you know. And so there's orange juice, cucumber juice, watermelon juice. Those are kind of some of the best staples that you can have. once you get healthy, you don't have to worry about fructose and glucose. And especially if you live a healthy lifestyle, like getting enough sleep, getting the right amount of exercise, none of that stuff applies to you at all. In fact, the one thing that does apply is the living foods energy factor, which has effects on the microorganisms because the fiber in living foods is far superior. And the electromagnetic energy also, the essential oils, everything gets destroyed by heat, and then you become a slogging mess, and then your armpits stink because it's all fermenting, decaying, and rancidifying and putrefying in your gut. And if you eat the living foods, the transit time is much less, and you have a nice, clean, clear, healthy, good-smelling gut. Nice, clean, easy poops, no constipation. And if you think about it, with the fasting and the living foods, you get your lymphatic system cleaned, you clean out all the fascia over time, and any of the acid crystal deposits that are left over are softened by utilizing tonics like this to soften up those hardened masses that are blocking up nerve and lymph flow and causing you irritation and stiffness. And then you can go in and get on the Living Foods program and do a juice fast, some water fasting, and then go in and get some rolfing, some non-surgical body work, and you can start to get all those acid crystals out of your body that have developed over the years from all the different things that happen in our society, which I cannot discuss here openly on these social media platforms anymore. But there are reasons why people get ossification, calcification in the tissues. And if you want to be more flexible, have more energy, and have more peace on the nervous system, then you're going to have to get rid of those ossifications, calcifications. The medical establishment calls it scar tissue, and they don't know what to do about it. Now, eventually, probably in 20 or 30 years from now, they're going to have laser surgery for calcium removal. They may even come up with some frequency healing. But for now, all we've got are these tonics, these essential oils, and these living waters to soften. Then you remove all the offending substances that are leaving behind all of those acidic residues in your body. The worst, of course, is synthetic chemicals. Like I said, I can't go into that in depth. But then you've got the secondary, which is the fried oils, the processed foods, the artificial salts, the additives, the colorants that end up also building up as these calcareous deposits in the body. And the beauty of the raw living foods is that is the least calcium forming diet. And if you learn how to eat the true foods, which is the fruits and the nuts and the seeds, and you learn to properly prepare those, and then you use the herbs as your medicine, you'll really never get sick a day in your life. You don't have to. As sickness is really highly promoted in our society, but you don't have to be sick. We've been brainwashed to believe that it's a normal thing, but health is the normal thing if you're a conscious, awake, aware individual. City life blocks up your sensitive glands in your brain, the Wi-Fi, the cooked, denatured, processed food. And by then you're like, sickness is just a part of life. But it's not. You don't have to be that. So change your mind, change your brain. You have neuroplasticity all the days of your life. You can change anything at any time. I've seen it. I've had some miracles lately. I've seen it. I see the power of neuroplasticity. So once you change your mind, the whole entire world changes. The way the world responds to you changes. So if you say something is hard, it will be hard. If you say something is easy, it will be easy. If you say, I am going to do this, you can do it. That was arugula and fennel and parsley. This is mint. Nice dark, heavy mint. I'm going big on the mint today. I pulled out 2 packets and then I was like, I'm just going to go with all 4. I think I'm going to probably get like 3 quarts out of this, which is epic. And I'm also going to throw in the little surprise here. I'm going to throw in a little this habanero. Can you dig it? Cool, man, cool. And this is cilantro. So the recipes differ. Usually my main recipe is arugula and dandelion, but the dandelion hasn't been looking so good lately, not very fresh. And so so you can mix up your herbs with the lemon ginger blast. The basic is apple, lemon, celery, cucumber, mint, and ginger, and habanero if you want. And then you mix up any kind of herbs you want to throw in there. So this is about 8 apples and 2 lemons. I've got some pink ladies and some Fuji today. I didn't have quite enough Fujis. I like Fujis, but pink ladies work just fine. Kind of the peak of apple season is over, so we're straggling a little bit. But now we're at the peak of citrus season, and you don't need that much different types of food, really. What you want to try to find is the seasonal, local, fresh food. Fresh food. The fresher the food, the better your mood. I'm telling you, man, human beings are way off track. I know sound like a broken record. Everything I'm saying on here I've said 100 times. But learn the knowledge. Go over and get the $97 full tuition to my website, and then just start watching those videos with your family or one of your friends or something, and then team up and start the daily juicing habit or whatever it is that you want to learn how to do, or get a dehydrator and learn how to make good, wholesome food that you go to the store, you buy the whole organic food that you know does not have fluoride water in the soup or in the dressing, or sugar in the dressing, or fake high heated salt that clogs up your kidneys, or cheap flours and cheap acidic fats extracted with chemicals, rancidified already, then deep fried, then you go into your body, it clogs you all up, inhibits your oxygen utilization, and leaves behind those residues, acidic residues, and then it slows you down. It cross-links and your skin ages faster than it needs to. We're all going to get old and gray and die, but why accelerate the process by using fake food? Just because it tastes good? That's not a very good idea. I know I'm not going to get a huge reception on this stuff, but I'm telling you, for the rare individual that can actually hear and understand what I'm saying, you will be blessed by your choice to consume more organic, whole, fresh, especially raw and living foods. It's quite a lifestyle. It's not even a lifestyle, it's just nature. Because everything in nature is 100% living food, raw food, unheated, uncooked, unaltered. And the humans are so funny. You know, they just, they're way off course, man. And there's different levels of consciousness, so just whatever consciousness you want to pick. If it's like you just want to heal your body, it works for that. But if you want to use the raw living foods to become a superconductor of the divine and really seek within yourself and find the peace, the raw living foods is amazing for not only the energy to live, but also to get the clarity in the bloodstream and in the gut to the brain, so that you can unravel all the knots that are causing stress in your life. And you can get on the path, the royal road to the highest consciousness, and climb to the top of the mountain. Amen. Amen for all of those overcomers who wish to climb to the top of the mountain. May they be blessed. May they cross over to the other side, to the kingdom of heaven forevermore. Can you dig it? Nirvana, enlightenment, peace, transcendence, and illumination. Cool. That was a couple of lemons and a bunch of apples. And we are legitified. And then I'm going to add a few extra special things here. And we got it. Dialed it. Last one. Bob. You can take this pulp and make crackers out of it. Can you dig it? Lemon ginger blast crackers are the best. Sweet, spicy. You don't even need anything. You just take a little flaxseed and you take this and you put it in the food processor. Blend that up. Put a little flax in there. A little salt if you want. A little garlic, little soy sauce, whatever. Cayenne. I mean, sky's the limit. And then you just take it and you make it into little patties, little cracker plates on the Teflex sheets for your dehydrator. And then you dehydrate them and you get lemon ginger blast pulp crackers. And so you can give those to the kids or whatever. Probably don't want to put too much cayenne or anything in there, but you know, for the kids. But it's you can do that with all the different pulps. Cool, there we go. And we did that. 3 quarts. Come on, baby, watch it. We go up, we're going up. There it is. That is 3 quarts exactly. See, that's what I call a DTM, you know, when you just dial it in after 22 years. Well, 28 years of the daily juicing habit. In fact, it's 29 years now. 29 years. I can't believe that. My parents bought me a juicer 29 years ago. And I been juicing every day since. That's the smartest thing I ever did. You know, I don't win into too many awards for making good decisions throughout my life, but the daily juicing habit was one of them, and I am truly blessed. Truly blessed at this time in my life as everything just kind of balances itself out and harmonizes itself, and I'm still on the path, you know. It's like that's why I'm doing that class, you know, get hydrated and stay motivated, because that's kind of sums up how do you stay motivated to wake up at 4 a.m, you know, at 48 years young. And it's just like, let me share that with you, you know. We'll go into it and I'll just tell you all the things. It's a whole lifestyle thing that goes beyond just the living foods. It's the wheel of life is what I call it. And all the spokes have to be balanced equally. But everybody's got like one spoke longer than the other. And you've got to balance out all those aspects of your life in order to thrive, in order for the wheel to flow down the hill smoothly and gather, you know, momentum, so that you have the energy that you need to accomplish the thing that you want to do and just enjoy your life. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm enjoying my life. And that's all I'm doing. You know, it's like, it's your problem. It's God's problem. You know, I surrender all to the Most High. Can you dig it? And I'm just going to do what it does. I'm a little puppet. I'm a robot. I'm a little wind-up doll for God. Can you dig it? So I'm taking a little bit of lemon ginger blast, baby. And I'm going to add, number 1, I'm going to add some Lifezyme. Full spectrum enzyme. So just a scoop of that. That makes it up onto a whole new level. Can't get too many enzymes. Everybody's enzyme deficient. Once you get that up there, your energy starts picking up quite a bit. Now I'm going with the Supercells Extra Oxygen. There's already tons of oxygen in there, but I'm going with the super concentrated Supercells, even more concentrated oxygen. It says 1 capful, but I always do 2, sometimes 3. And then you'll notice it when you're out hiking. It's like your blood is like, So I'm going out hiking after this. Hiking on my birthday by myself. Oh. Then I'm going to come back here for a nice little dinner and a movie. Date with myself. Can you dig it? I just haven't really made any friends here. Not sure why. It's probably me. I'm just in my little protective little yogi bubble. Just loving it. Go to yoga every day. Go hiking. Make sure I'm back here on time to go to bed. Turn off all the lights. Meditate. Just devotion. I mean, it's just like, I'm in love with the truth. Can you dig it? This is Supercells Minerals, fulvic minerals. I put a couple droppers in there because you want to make sure you're getting that iodine. I mean, the food sucks. I mean, sorry to say, you know what I'm saying? It's like the food is like, but unless you get like super chronic organic biodynamic farmers that are making the soil into like this crazy powerhouse of like electricity and microbial activity. But for the most part, it's kind of dry, you know, organic fertilizer, monocrops. And so the food just doesn't have the fire. So you got to use what you can, and then you kind of try to, you know, activate it with the enzymes and everything else to get it to another level. But there's so much alchemy. And I'm so glad I've taken these last 22 years to learn from all these people. And then just kind of perfect all this. I need a lid, baby. I need a lid. So there's a lid. This is a good lid for this. I'm going to stir this up, and then I'm going to add the final ingredient, which is what makes it 11.0. Lemon ginger blast 11.0. And that is, about 3 drops of frankincense. Check this out. Wisdom of the earth, baby. Blows all the other essential oil companies out of the water. I am an essential oil princess, okay? Because I already dumped a bunch on my head this morning. Well, that's a lot. That's like 10, 20, 30, 40 drops. Soak it in. I like to do a few drops before I meditate, but I use this to soften the calcium in my brain, externally and internally as well. Come on, baby. There we go. That's about 3 drops, and it's coming down into my eyes now. No problem, baby. Burn me up with some frankincense. So there's a lot of uses to essential oils. I've never really made an essential oils video, but I am the essential oil queen, princess, and king of the world. And there are so many uses for essential oils, but I like the frankincense because I'm doing a lot of intensive therapy right now, cranial, sacral, and rolfing, non-surgical body work. It's very painful, very challenging, but it's amazingly transformative. Can you dig it? And so everybody's got the calcium deposits because we've all eaten the cooked food. We've all been exposed to massive amounts of chemicals, some more than others. And there's a lot of different things that you want to stop doing in this society that they've been doing and promoting as normal, not normal, actually satanic. And it's the satanic dark death crystals that build up in your body, and then they emanate, and you keep going back to the same bad habits over and over again until you can make a firm decision, no. Then the angels will come. They will help you to find someone that can help to scrape that scar tissue out of your body that contains all of those old memories, biomemories that keep replaying themselves over and over again. So if you're wondering why you can't get off the coffee, the cigarettes, the drugs, it's just the calcium, the acid death crystals inside your body that are just emanating a frequency. It's a great liar. And so to become in tune with the light and to become strong and powerful with your mind and make strong decisions, only then can the angels come to serve you. But you can't be, too sort of wishy-washy. You really got to make up your mind that you want to get healthy, because only you can do it. So find some reason and then continue to cultivate and nurture. But really it's just stopping, being still, and listening to the truth of your heart. What is it really telling you? Is it pushing you outwards, or is it pulling you back into the heart, into the treasure, into the inner being, into the inner chamber? And they'll have every reason to purify and regenerate the temple of the living Spirit. And you will turn it into a devotion to that which you love. Whether you're aware of it or not, it loves you. It's always love, and so are you. You are love. And if you can allow the debris, if you can eliminate enough of the debris and the distractions and the toxins out of your situation, you can hear the calling, and you can answer that call, and then you can become the flame. It becomes like a burning desire to know yourself. Then you'll be willing to put out whatever amount of effort or go through whatever it takes to get back to your awareness and your merging into the beloved. Let's see what this is about. Let it sit for a minute. Let the enzymes kind of soak out and dissolve in there. So, dude, I'm stoked. I need this. I just did a 3.5 hour class. Now I just made this 46-minute and 30-second video on YouTube to launch the 38th. I feel 28. But the 48th birthday bash sale on my website. I'm going to blast you like crazy for the next week. So if you haven't picked that up yet, it's pretty much a no-brainer. For 97 bucks, it's like, I'm not even gonna say how much it's worth. I did the math. It's a lot. I'm like kind of stupid, you know, to let it go for that much. But you know what? It's this one chance to make it affordable for everyone, because everyone can afford 97 bucks if they really want to get a full lifetime tuition to my online school and learn this raw food stuff that I've put together for the last 10 years. We've been making content on my website. And there's things that you can see on there, audios, recipe books, videos, much more structured. You know, by the time like 47 minutes in, you've already seen 4 or 5 other recipes, because it's edited and everything else with the words and everything else. So it's a much higher level of production. So I hope that you dug today's show, and any support you want to throw to the DTM, I'll take it. Comment, thumbs up, share the video with your friends, whatever. Tell your grandma about it. Buy a tuition for your grandma and get her over there. And then get excited about an education, because learning about nutrition, diet, detox, fasting, living foods, I'm not going to say it's the most important thing. But man, in today's modern world, what I'm sharing, it can be a huge blessing, because people are not feeling well. And there's a reason for it. And there are answers to it. And you can feel good, and you can be happy, and you can regenerate yourself at any age. You have neuroplasticity. You can create new habits. You can create a brand new life. You can be reborn every 7 years. Total physical renewal and regeneration. So, can you dig it? I know that you can. Go check out my website. There's a link down below this video. And I'm going to be putting this up on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and that whole shebanger. And we're going to see what happens. Appreciate it. See, 13 years on YouTube, 10 years in business with my own online school, and then 28 years daily juicing habit, 22 years on live foods. Can you dig it, baby? Let me tell you how this is. Wow. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Needs a couple more apples. But it's still Absolutely epic. Perfect. Thanks for watching this video. And I will be blasting you this week with some shorties, some long ones, some classes, some outdoor videos, the whole thing. Old school, DTM, video marathon. Don't thank me, thank Ricky Breslin, because he's my business partner. And when he says jump, I say, sir, yes sir, how high? You know? And he said, we'll just make a video every day and do an Instagram thing and a Facebook thing, and we'll do the rest. And I'm like, sir, yes sir. And it's been a really great, huge blessing to have someone like Ricky. So thanks again, Ricky. Thank you everybody for watching this video. You know, I might be coming to my end. I'm gonna see what happens if I can do this again, you know what I mean? Because some things are happening that are just making it, you know, a little bit more difficult to function as a normal person. Not to scare you or anything else, but you just start launching off. You're just in a stratosphere and you see the perfection, you know, of the world, and you just forgive everyone. Doesn't mean everyone forgives you, but that's their perception and their list of demands for what you need to be. Be yourself. The easiest thing is the hardest thing, and that is to be yourself, to be as you are truly. Because there's gonna be, this guy's not gonna like this about you, this girl's not gonna like that about you, they're gonna wanna do this, do that, do that. Try to accept people the way they are. Just accept everyone at the level that they're at, and understand there's only one. You're no better and you're no worse. There's just one homogeneous being. So channel light from the universal cosmos through your being and uplift the planet without saying a word. Okay, now it's getting weird. I am weird. I always have been. I always will be. And I'm not fitting into anybody's boxes, and I'm not even gonna try anymore. Because I'd rather hit myself over the head with a soup ladle than try to fit into everyone's boxes and meet up to everyone's demands. When you know yourself, you will know the self in all others, even if they don't know it themselves. Find yourself. Be yourself. Your true, authentic expression. So easy to say on social media, but be it in real life. If you're not a social media person, you might not understand, but be yourself in real life. Honor the truth and the light and the consciousness within you. Still think it needs a couple more apples. Thanks for giving this video a thumbs up. It feels good. It feels good to be here, and I'm going to keep it super, super clean, if you know what I mean, with any of the community guidelines and whatnot. So carrot juice has beta carotene, everyone. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And then join the Patreon if you want to get the real deal, you know what I mean? Like we just talked about it today, like it was crazy. And they love it. It's funny as hell, man. When you see what's really real and what's really going on and how absolutely incredibly beautiful and perfect it is. You know, I didn't always see it that way, but the Almighty is doing a mighty good work. And I look to that, you know, with full devotion and surrender and supplication. I'm so grateful the wind blowing. It's gorgeous. The wind is ecstasy. And when there's pain and you're willing to stay aware through it, there can be bliss and ecstasy as well. Even pain is a blessing. The hard lessons, they're the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, be destroyed. You know, let the universe absolutely obliterate you and destroy you. And they're like, oh, I'm afraid. I want to avoid a broken heart. You know, it's like, not me, man. Destroy me. I hope I have my heart broken 100 more times. It doesn't break. It breaks open. And that universal love comes pouring out. You're like, dude, I forgive everyone. You know, you don't have to forgive me, but I forgive you because I understand, you know. And it's just, you know, all the cliches, man, all the little slogans. It turns out they're true. There's only one, you know, the all in all. One divine, homogeneous being. All with the little individual expressions of beauty, but yeah, it could go on and on. It is time to go outside. And I love to walk in nature. I love to go to the gym. I got a new rebounder. I'll do a rebounder video. All you gotta do is give me thumbs up, man, and leave me comments. Be like, Dan, you're so cool. You're cool, man. Like, if you think I'm cool, that's because you know you're cool. You know what I mean? That's all that is. So we're cool, man. We're all cool. I'm grateful for everyone playing their role, you know, so that we can all get exactly what we need, exactly when we need it. The perfection is mind-blowing. And how you didn't see it before? You were like blind, you know, because of duality, you know. So you can't. But if you do the practices and stuff that I teach, you know, it's gonna take you there. It's gonna take you there. I'm a slow learner, man. I'm like on the slow plan. I know a lot of you are gonna be way more accelerated in your progress, but there must be a reason why I'm on the slow and steady turtle path, you know. One foot in front of the other, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord have mercy. What a beautiful time to hang out with all my people on the YouTube. The 13 years of fun times and crazy times. I'm just running the clock out till an hour. So if you haven't picked up the full tuition of my online school, you're going to hear about it on every video for the next video marathon week. And so if anybody has a problem with that, I'm going to ignore you. So don't waste your time even typing out, you know. Oh, God. It's been a heck of a journey here, man. Thanks everyone who's been around, you know. And help support the DTM here on the YouTube, the MeTube. 59, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm about to roll. So let me finish this up. I'm going outside because I love nature. I love my little apartment too, but it's mostly because there's a meditation cushion and a yoga mat, and I got an inversion table and 2 rebounders. You know, I got the rainbow BELLICON, so I'm gonna make a video this week of the rebounding. You know, because rebounding is where it's at, dude. So is the gym, so is walking, so is the bike, so is everything. Gotta go.